3 Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Ginger Snap Gaming. I'm not Ginger.
I'm Ginger.
I'm in fact Snaps. I'm putting it over here because I've given up.
That's fair. So we want to do it.
Nah, they can see this.
Wonderful.
Okay,
Alright.
so today we'll be playing Jojo's Eyes of Heaven.
Is that what we're doing in this whole series?
I don't know, because it's not racist if they're the ones doing it.
Fair enough. New game. We have barely played any of this, so we don't have any spoilers. I love Leo Harvest with the Kamayu sticker.
I don't think we'll have too much backup problem with this. Like, worst case scenario, like, it'll just help me, like, sync it better.
Just don't hit that share button.
Yeah.
Woo! Best part.
It's like that part I hate the most, besides, like...
It's the one that establishes everything. It's gotta be important.
Like, I think I still hate Stone Ocean the most.
Really?
But, like, this is a second.
Wait, what's your first?
The one I like the most?
Yeah.
Steel Ball Run.
I have to go part 4.
Part 4 is good. Like, for me, it's like... Steel Ball Run, Venta Oreo. It's just hard to... I don't know where to put Jojo on the list, is the problem.
I do. It's bottom. It's the last, because it's the worst.
Well, because I think my main problem is that, like, it's so slow because I've caught up.
There's not enough Dio. Speaking of which, Dio.
Yeah, it's not catching that much.
Well, that's good. So yeah, there's the Dio man.
So, like, you know, like, the only, like the first Japanese band reference was, Sideshow or whatever. What was it? I think it was, like, Sideshow. The songs of Weka Pipo and Magenta Magenta.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay.
Well, like, because you know every Jojo character...
Oh, it's time for you to fight!
Oh, God. Like, but you know every Jojo character is a music reference.
Yeah. Well, most. After part 4.
Well, like, even in part 1. Because we have Dio, who's a reference to Dio.
That's a very broad statement, though.
Is it really? Because the band is named Dio.
Yeah,
and the singer is named Dio.
But it's also a reference to how he has a god complex.
Yeah, but then also they make a stand, and it's a reference to Holy Diver by Dio.
I did not previously know that. I thought it was all just
and then, yeah, and he goes to Egypt. Egypt, the album by Dio.
Kill Dio. Kill Dio. Goodness. Are you sure you don't want to read any of that?
Read what? Did I miss something?
The tips and tricks you
we don't need that.
Oh,
I skipped the thing.
Oh, this is gonna be a long...
Oh yeah, cam lock on. Oh god, what am I doing?
It would have been nice if you read the instructions. Ah.
Don't need instructions.
Yeah, you're beating the tutorial boss.
How?
Who will most likely also be the final boss.
Oh, did he just time stop?
No.
No, he can't. He just teleported.
I think that it would have been more drastic if he had time stopped.
Okay, things are not going well.
You are losing to the first enemy. Okay, wait, I think if you hit L1, okay, you only have 2 skills, Aura, Aura, and X, Aura, Aura. And I guess the X skills take time to recharge, but are stronger. He's saying that on the ground.
I thought I had the X Aura already, and I didn't.
So, like, can you link both auras together?
Well, no, what I was doing was getting the combo ready to get him to stop and then go to the X or. There we go. But it downs him, so it's not the best thing to do.
There has to be a way to get him up, like to juggle him. Like that's all fighting games. What is that?
He's blocked me. See? I swear he's time stopping. That has to be his time stop.
Your time stop. Okay, fair. Surely he can't get time, because I'm assuming these are, since he's an available character, he can't just be God mode. How do you
Because
block?
I've played the Japanese games. The what's the word?
Heaven's Arena? No.
Well, I played the Ventura Oreo Japanese game, and like that was a lot harder than this.
To be fair, he didn't have it translated.
Yeah.
Bellissimo.
But yeah, it's suck. Well, once you learn that you have to redo things in the anime, or in the manga at least, no anime yet, though that is coming. It gets, because you have to, like, for example, in the fight against, what's its name? The Grateful Dead, you have to, like, punch an ice machine, punch his brother, stuff like that.
I think the important thing to get from this story is to read the instructions, because we need to know how to block and dodge. That is the most critical thing in all fighting games. It's very much been 3 or 4 seconds.
You're barely catching on to that?
No, of course not. That's what they've always done. 1 second has passed.
Yeah. Ah, still that car! It is! I love how he's so like Clint Eastwood. Like, I hated Jotaro, but once I learned, like, he's based off Clint Eastwood, like, it makes... Once I have that mindset, I'm like, okay, I kind of like you now. But I like older Jotaro.
Yeah, fair. Because he's earned it then.
Yeah. I also love Jolene for some reason, because she just makes me laugh.
She's a fun person.
It's a shame she got into, like, such a terrible part.
I don't dislike the part. I don't know why you do. Also,
I don't like the writing.
This series is going to be full of spoilers. You're watching a game that is a spoiler. We are fully caught up for the most part. I haven't watched Jojo Leon, but I don't care. So,
yeah, I've read the last Jojo Leon like after the big hiatus.
So this is just going to be all spoilers all the time.
But yeah, I don't think... Yeah, this game's not caught up. Like, it's like... It has, like, a little bit... I think it's got to, like, Nut King Cole in the manga.
I can't do... I'm glad Part 8 was cut, because it's still going.
The thing is, I like some of Part 8. Like, some of it is fun. Like, unlike most people, like, I liked Blue Hawaiian. Like, I like Speed King.
I don't know who knows.
Blue Hawaiian's like a kind of crappier Highway Star. That's what the part was a reference to, was the Highway Star arc.
I forgot this. You broke the soul. What would you see if you couldn't see stands? What would you see just happen just there?
Well, that was the weird, like, because you know, people who don't have stands can't see the explosions of Yoshikage Kira?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
So, like, how do you see the...
They also can't hear it, which is the important bit.
Which is, like, weird to me, because you still see the body.
Yeah.
So, like, what happens?
It just disappears. That's what makes it such an efficient, like, assassin killer.
Yeah, that British friend of mine, like, he only knows like a little bit of JoJo. He knows the memes. Like, he sent his girlfriend like the GIF with sound version of and it just bugs her so much.
It's a wonderful. Oh yeah, it is a character thing of Kakyoin. It isn't just temperance. He should have survived. Kakyoin deserved to go home.
Do you ever see the book burning in part 3?
Nah, they just add that in part 6.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, part 6. I wonder if like Jotaro read through it or just decided, nah.
This is Dio's. Something probably horrible is inside.
Could just be fan fiction. Who knows? What do you think Vanilla Ice felt about all this? Because he seemed so close to Dio, yet he was never in any of the big picture plans.
I mean, he doesn't care anymore.
I guess.
So I guess the 36 centers included, like, his subordinates?
I don't know. I mean, it was at a prison. Maybe he just assumed more would come.
No, I mean, like... Because, like, how many guys did he have working for him?
I don't... A lot. A lot. And they... Like, how did he find them? I know the stand arrow, like, kind of chooses, but...
Stand users attract other stand users?
But they're not technically stand users yet. It was all luck. Angst. They never changed clothes. Not even once.
Jotaro has some outfits.
It's all the same. It's the same hat, the same chain.
He just bleached it.
I like the idea that it's not a hat, it's just a wig.
Yeah. Well, I still say it's just a visor.
That's a fair point.
And he just, like, gels his hair in a certain way so it looks like a hat.
Oh no, who could those people be?
Like, I love, like, they try to hide it. But, like, we know those shoes.
We know those outfits. Nobody else wears that green or has a red cape.
Well, like, Abdul has, like, a weird, like, jacket. Kind of looks like that.
He beat you before.
Yeah. That's why I didn't like part 3 that much, because, like, every battle turned out just to be like, yeah, my Star Platinum can move faster than you, get dunked on.
It had the weirdest power system.
Iggy?
It could be any dog.
But that's why I like the later parts. Like, that's what kind of still like JoJolian, because, like, nothing has been that way. Nothing has been, my stand is inherently stronger than your stand, therefore you lose.
All stands are bad. Therefore it's all equal, except for the main character's stand, who is God.
Well, I just like when it gets creative, and it's not just, like, pure fist fight. It's more of, like, I'm going to figure out a way to use my ability to block your ability, and vice versa.
But your ability is so weird. Can't you just shoot fire or something? Do you really have to bury a Lego tower to make it... What even? Make it sink? Or...
Yeah, if Ozone Baby makes a Lego building, buries it at that site, pressure will build up, so if you have a closed door, like for in like a car, and you have the windows up, pressure will slowly build, and if you try to get out, like, you get the bends. And the way Jojo gets around it is he makes, like, a bubble with, like, 15 bubbles in it, and, like...
Just hammer X. This is a lot of exposition.
And he's like, oh god, what's in the bubble? Like, if it gets to me and over this pressure, something bad could happen. So he releases the pressure, and the bubble was nothing. Spoilers.
Well, yeah, again, it's all spoilers all the time.
I mean, no one cares about that part. Like, no one really cared about poor Tom.
I feel the same way from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, you'll die before him.
We
Oh
never
no, he's still alive actually. He's in the turtle still, I think.
That doesn't count. That makes him immortal.
I like to think someone's watching this who hasn't seen or read Jojo. He's like, yeah, wait, he's fine. His soul is in a turtle right now, so he's okay.
So, okay, I never got this. Does he, like, is he controlling the turtle, or is he just in the room?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like, his soul is in Mr. President, and he has some control over, Coco Jumbo.
Who could this suave man be with his wonderful hat? I want to think. So that's how he knew.
Yeah.
Who could possibly be the Joestar's descendants?
Have you seen like the new designs that Rocky made for Jojo? Like he remade every character in his Jojo Leon style, and I kind of like it because like everyone's just like pretty lanky and thin.
I need my buff Jojo. He is the cornerstone. Joseph, you have to have had pictures. I'm so mad that you pointed out the chain thing.
Oh yeah, for those who don't know, because this game like constantly cuts and refreshes for the T poses, because of how T poses work, for a split second everything resets, and therefore his chain will constantly fall whenever he gets off camera. And now that I've said this, you'll never unsee it.
Yeah, just hammer X. This is taking a long time. And to be fair, you never confirmed that there were no other stand users. Zafu. So all of those people can see the fool, because he's made of sand.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's how it's always.
I know he's made of sand, but like.
Well, like they've shown that you can see stands if they're like really physical.
Like Surface from Part 4 and junk like that.
Yeah. Surface would be so much worse if like only a stand user could actually see a changed person and everybody else just sees a walking mannequin. Remember that gorilla that had a ship stand?
Strength.
Yeah.
And Strength was the ship and his name was Forever.
How did Dio find him? What adventures did he have? How did they get that far in the airport? Like without being stopped? I can already tell I'm gonna love those little menacing things that pop up every now and then. Dun dun dun.
What happened to Kakyoin's corpse?
Left it. They didn't even send it back to the family?
That's my thing. Like, I assume like the Speedwagon Foundation did something.
Speedwagon's dead. How can they keep justifying this?
Like he left it like in his will that the Joestars get like 51% of the company shares.
So wait,
But they can't do anything with them. Just ask for help every once in a while.
does Joseph work for the Speedwagon Foundation?
I know Jotaro does, doesn't he?
Yeah. But as what?
Marine biologist, I believe.
Okay.
They do other things besides, like...
They do everything, which makes me wonder, how can you possibly justify doing this for a random group of people? Many people have died helping these people.
What is the policy for dead Speedwagon Company employees?
Jean-Pierre and old Joseph.
Okay, so I think now's a good time to stop this first episode of Jojo Eyes of Heaven.
Right before we get to the good stuff.
Yeah. You know, we had to make you sit through that cutscene.
Yeah. Not a lot to say about cutscenes.
Also, I don't know if this recording's actually going to work. So that's why I wanted to cut it a little early before we get too far.
Fair enough.
Okay, and so we will see y'all next time on Eyes of Heaven with the Ginger Snap Gamers.
Wonderful.